What do y'all think? Y'all think a soft top suits me? Oh no, I like it. So I'm down here, or up here, in Spendora, Texas at Zuks of Hazard. Oh, there it is. Awesome place, awesome resource for any guys that want to get service in the central Texas location of Texas. Well, I just said that, Texas. All right, what's going on, y'all? I'm here with Andrew Hall and Casey Morrison, the owners and operators of Zuks of Hazard. So, what's going on, guys? How y'all been?
Having a great day in Texas.
Awesome.
You're sweating, man.
I am, right? Hot.
Working sweat.
And I've been hydrating. So, the people want to know. Everybody wants to know. How'd y'all meet?
Well, I guess it was sometime last year. We met at General Sam's Off-Road Park. This dude pulled up in a Samurai, so initially I knew he was cool. So yeah, that's pretty much how we met. Hit a trail and just
broke stuff. Normal Samurai stuff.
Normal Samurai stuff, of course. How long have y'all been working on vehicles? Casey, go.
Forever, man. Started as a little kid and escalated. Went from poking tires with screwdrivers, thinking I was doing something.
Like any true addiction, it escalated. It just, it was my gateway. Poking tires with the screwdriver where it branches off of.
Fixing it with a screwdriver, man. And then went to four-wheelers, motorcycles, built my first car with my dad when I was 16.
Awesome.
Doing it ever since.
Awesome. Andrew?
I guess my mechanic started here and there, 16, working on your own vehicle. Then it kind of escalated to ATVs, kind of messing with that. And then I say really, truly wrenching on vehicles was the Samurais. And I fell in love with them because of the simplicity of them. I mean, pretty much even...
No nonsense. I mean, as nice as all the luxuries are, it's just straight vehicle.
Yep. Super easy to learn on. Community is super great. So,
y'all hear that, guys? That's y'all. Community super great.
Shout out 2.0.
There you go, 2.0.
Yep. So that's where my history comes from.
Awesome. So, what would y'all say is your most memorable project? It doesn't have to be like Zuks of Hazard. It doesn't have to be related at all. Like, what is that one project that just sticks with you? That just kind of just for whatever reason, it just reminisces and you just always remember it.
1989 Silverado.
There you go. Yeah. Nice. What was it? What was going on with that?
Short bed regular cab. Came with a V6, put a V8 in it. Worked on that 350 and I was smoking Trans Ams and Mustangs.
There you go. And then you go to Home Depot, get wood and do a project.
Yeah.
There you go. Awesome. What about you, Andrew?
Mine was probably a 72 C10. We picked up for $500. Motor was shot.
Good luck trying to find a C10 for that price now.
Yeah, old 3 on the tree. I remember driving that thing around the high school parking lot. My dad was teaching me how to drive standard. So dropped the Impala motor in it and cleaned it up. And that's probably the most memorable project of my lifetime.
Awesome. So, the real question everybody wants to know is why Zuks of Hazard? What was it about Zuks of Hazard? Like, why did you start it? What was the spark? What do you feel like your contribution to the Suzuki Samurai community will be?
Well,
or you hope it to be?
In my opinion, with anything that you do, if you're not truly passionate about it, you're not going to succeed in it, right? So obviously the passion is there. What started it was just the love for the samurais. They're cool, easy to work on. I remember being at the off-road park and seeing Brandon and Brian Lothar come around the corner in their samurais and being like, damn, I want one of those. So that's what kind of got me into it, and from there it just kind of escalated from buying, fixing up, flipping, to doing parts, and now we brought Casey on board, doing the service side of it. So that's where Zuks of Hazard has started from and is evolved to at this point.
So it was kind of like your very first experience with a samurai, getting a samurai, and it just kind of took fire.
Without a doubt. Yeah.
Awesome. So what about you, Casey? What motivated you to come on with Zuks of Hazard? And I guess your first experience with a Suzuki Samurai. Why that truck? Why did it stick?
Well, I had a 1988 K30. And that was what my off-road toy was. And then that 6.2 diesel took a shit and I couldn't figure out what the hell was wrong with it. It didn't make any sense, man. I could pull the intake manifold off of it, run fine. Put the intake back on, it wouldn't run.
Damn it.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? I spent the last, I don't know how many months working on this thing. I was like, I'm done. Someone else can deal with this. So my brother-in-law had one that he was just letting waste away, like I got, floorboards full of mud, tires were shot, no engine in it, no transmission in it. So I picked that up for him because he traded him a set of LED headlights for it. So it cost me all of $100.
That's awesome. That's a sweet deal.
Yeah. So
sweet deal.
Then I started just looking up Samurai stuff and stuff. And built the engine, put the transmission back in it because I was like, well, we're gonna see if it's any good or not. And just started from there. And then met Andrew, broke mine, was talking to him about parts and stuff. And then I kind of fell on hard times, so he helped me out with that, and then we've been working together ever since.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Man, just me, and it's just like, boom, clicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Too cool. All right, I'm going to edit this part out because I forgot what the next question is. All right, guys.
It's camera.
Nobody saw that. So what's the future hold for Zuks of Hazard?
Well, I mean, I have a vision in mind for Zuks of Hazard. What it actually holds, I don't know. But the projection of my vision is to eventually branch out from the Samurais and mess more with the trackers, mess more with Jeeps, any 4x4, fabricating, things of that nature. But as far as the Samurai goes, I would like to get more involved with aftermarket product design, where we're designing products for the weak points in the Samurais, for the actual people that are trail riding, off-roading, rock climbing, mud riding, things of that nature. And just continue on with the service side and the parts side, keeping the Samurais, that are out there on the road. Do you want to elaborate on that?
I just want to build cool shit, man.
There you go. That's as simple as it gets. I want to build cool shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And what's cooler than a Samurai? Nothing right now.
Nothing. It's not out there.
My Samurai.
All right. Well, you know what? This next question might just widen that up. So, final question: what would be a build that you would just love to do? What is something that you just have in your mind, you envision, and you want to just bring it out for the world to see?
Yeah, I think it's sitting over on the shelf right there. The main piece of it.
Yeah,
The turbo.
No, it's not on that shelf.
The shelf behind us.
But nah, I wouldn't say that's the best. Nah, I still honestly would really like to build our 4-wheel drive Scion. Make the new modern Samurai for those people that want the comfort, so they can sit there with their power windows and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty cool. But I just want to do something no one's really messed with before.
There you go. Original.
Yeah.
Original, and my main thing is when you go on these Facebook pages and even some of the forums. Okay, so if I'm a newbie and my main question is how do I get more power? I want to swap the motor. the first motor everyone's going to suggest is, oh, go 1.6, have a sidekick tracker. Or, you know, if I'm going to do a lift, what's the best way to do that? You know what I mean? And they're going to have cut answers, or what type of carb do I need to run after the stock one? Well, Weber's junk, now go Toyota 3K, or if you can afford it, go with the My Side 1 or My Side 2 setup. And I want to take it, and I know Casey does as well, outside of that box and outside of those parameters, and do something that people haven't, you know, messed with or
off the wall,
thought
out of the box.
Yeah. So that's a big thing for me.
I put a lot of thought into that too. So everybody's talking about these 1.6s. Like, we did a 16 valve swap. Wasn't super impressed with it. But there's no aftermarket for those engines either.
Exactly.
So you put the engine in, you're stuck at that horsepower. You're limited. So I was like, why don't we try and figure out how to use an engine out of like an S2000? Still rear wheel drive. You can put the entire drivetrain in, still bolt it up to a Sammy transfer case. Or you got like a Mazda Miata, still 1.6 liter, but you got a ridiculous aftermarket.
Yeah. Insane.
So, I'm like, well.
And that high revving motor wouldn't matter if you did something with that transfer case to keep your bottom end.
Yep.
You know, you could still have the best of both worlds. You'd be able to have your highway and you'd have the bottom end. That's actually a really interesting idea. That's really outside the box. I like that.
So I've been looking into other cars we can use instead of these Geos and stuff.
Yeah.
So
awesome. That's awesome. Well, I want to thank y'all for coming out. Or I guess me coming back to you guys.
Thank you for coming to me.
That's right.
I didn't have to drive.
That's right. Awesome. Well, guys, I really hope that y'all enjoyed this interview with Andrew Hall and Casey Morrison.
Some more questions.
You want to do some more questions?
I've got some other questions. Yeah, I've got some great questions.
You have some questions to ask yourself?
Yeah.
There you go.
Or should we do the interview with Motorsports now?
Oh, all right.
Now's the time.
Now's the time.
We got to flip the script.
Why'd you want to come over here and talk to Zuks of Hazard?
Why did I want to come talk to Zuks of Hazard? Well, so as far as I knew when I started the YouTube thing, it was to bring information out to everybody, you know, just one place that everybody could go. And everybody knows about all these other companies that have been established. And I didn't know of any place in Texas. And then it's just like all of a sudden one day, I mean, for me, it was just one day on YouTube, or on Facebook, I should say. One day on Facebook, here is Zuks of Hazard. And I'm like, what? Where y'all at? Spendora, Texas. What? That's awesome, you know? And I just thought, man, it'd be really cool to kind of just, you know, show the Suzuki Samurai community what resources they have available. You know, I mean, y'all were doing fine on Facebook, but I was like, why would I not show love? You know, I've gotten to meet the YouTuber that really kind of inspired me to start this, and he subscribed to my channel and he kind of did shout outs. So I was like, man, that's super cool. I want to return that love because I kind of believe in karma, you know? What you give is what you get back. So why would I not, you know? I mean, there's multitude of different things, you know? Like, not only is it content for me, but it kind of gives you guys the light so that way people are exposed to you. And then not only that, it's just getting to meet cool people, you know, people that are interested in Suzuki Samurais, getting to broaden that up. You know, I went to him and he showed me all the Zooks, and now it's like, man, look at this, like, not only like all these used parts, you know, anytime you need like a thermal spacer or an intake manifold, just all of it's just really cool to meet more people that are involved and interested in the same thing. Because where I live, there's really, I just have my buddy Shane, you know, and he got me into Suzuki Samurais and he convinced me, and now like I've got a channel. So it's just like, I want to meet more people, you know, like what else could grow from that? I mean, here's one person I met and what the influence he had on me, you know, what other influence could I put or they put on me by meeting them? So it's kind of just...
Man, you've got this long ass answer.
I know.
Saying just, you guys are the shit. That's all we need.
Because you guys are the shit. That's what it is. Y'all are the shit. There you go.
There we go.
So what initially got you involved with wanting to take it to the YouTube side? What initially got you, like, I mean, that's not an everyday thing that someone wakes up and says, I want to start doing videos for YouTube. And
Because forums suck.
Yes, forums do suck. So, like I kind of mentioned earlier, there's no real one place to get information. And you go on forums and that information, you go on a forum, it's like 3, 4, 5 years old, and the information's obsolete. You know, I mean, it's just like, you know, people thought the world used to be flat, and then yeah, there are a few people. We won't get into that. I don't want to offend anybody. You know, people thought the world was flat, and then we turned out it was round. People thought that the world was a center of the universe. You know, information changes. We learn more. So it's the same thing with the samurai. You know, so the idea was you have people that are new to this that want to get their hands dirty. That's, for the most part, a lot of people that have samurais, they want to work on their own stuff for the most part, even if it's very mildly. So I wanted to kind of have a DIY kind of thing. Like, I'm going to do it first, you can watch, and here's some of the problems that you might run into. So you can watch the video ahead of time and be like, I want to do this myself. It's like, oh, my skill level's not quite there. And then also put that information in one place. I actually have one YouTuber that I really look up to, Kyle Voss from the Fab Forums, and his channel is really interesting. So his channel's a fabrication channel, but for me it was more like, he kind of just inspired me. Like, and he wasn't even trying to aim people towards going to YouTube. It just kind of like, he kind of mentioned it, like, or even if you wanted to start a YouTube channel, and it kind of just clicked. It was like, that's what I want to do. That's how I can share my experience and connect with people, through YouTube. Like, just coming to you guys, you know? I mean, I talked to you on Facebook, and I mean, the internet brought us together, and now we can kind of, through the internet, show to everybody else. We can do it through YouTube. So I mean, that's cool. Just showing people, like, this is the power of the internet. Like, the internet just isn't some dude sitting in his basement all to himself. Nope, that's not. It's meant to connect people, and it's literally doing it.
So that's almost like a change of times, right? So if you were working on cars back in the 70s, you'd have the FSM. That was your main go-to, right? And now, then you had forums where it was just kind of forums. Well, now you've got YouTube, and now look at it, it's bringing people together, and it's so much more informative.
Yeah.
I mean, right?
And I mean, you can even distinguish, like, the information that, I wouldn't say there isn't misinformation on YouTube, but the problem is there's so much effort involved to post a video, and so much energy and steps have to be taken that you don't really want to be wrong. You know, you're gonna do your research.
Yeah.
And I don't know everything. I don't, by any means. I mean, talking to you guys, I feel like, man, there's so much to learn. You know, it was cool to wrench on yours in the shop, you know, which y'all are gonna see some footage of. You know, but it was just cool. It was just awesome. It's like, man, I get to work on another samurai that isn't mine. Like, oh, this is cool. You know, it's just, and honestly, y'all's experience probably dwarfs mine because you work on so many more samurais. You see so many different builds. Mine is just what I want to do. So the one I got from you is kind of gonna appeal to more people because it's gonna be like the budget build. Like, you know, there's a U-joint that's bad. Okay, let's fix that one U-joint. We're not gonna replace all of them because the other ones are fine. Let's just replace the one that's broken. Let's go out and play. And if another one breaks, then we'll fix it. You know, just kind of more realistic to what people do. People buy them to go play versus, honestly, my 10 top is nice and I have all these plans to do, but I mean, I'm working on it half the, like, 99% of the time, so.
Yeah.
Which is fun in itself. I like to tinker, I think.
That's
Even with bikes, I would work on them. I really didn't ride. I've worked on them. That was just my favorite thing.
Yeah.
So, how'd this get flipped? How did this interview get flipped?
I don't know.